Hi, I live in Humboldt County, and this is one of my favorite places to come, Patrick's Point State Park. And I get a chance to come here fairly often because I only live 20 miles away from here. So I would love to show you some of my favorite places from a local's perspective. I'll be talking a little bit about natural history on interesting sites I come across. And one thing, you got to be a little careful here, especially on the rim trail, because there's some steep cliffs that go right down to the ocean. So we are going to emphasize safety during this walk. And what the? Who are you?
Don't listen to what this guy is telling you about being cautious. If you want to live a life of vitality, you need to walk life on the wild side. I'll see you on the trail if you can keep up. I am out.
I hope it's still working. You know, one of my favorite spots. So let's go, and remember. Okay. Okay, if you only have time for one short hike while you're at Patrick's Point, well, my call would be Wedding Rock. There is a fairly short trail that takes you right up to the top of this rocky promontory where you can look down the edge and see these crashing waves below you. It's really dramatic. And there's also some great views once you're up there. In fact, let me take you up there and show you. Oh, the view up here is just wonderful. It only took me about 10 or 15 minutes to walk up here from the trailhead of the parking lot. And one of the interesting sights you'll notice offshore are these rocks that are pretty far offshore. Well, locally we refer to those as sea stacks. So the reason they're out there is on the coast here we have three main types of rocks. We have sedimentary, metamorphic, and we have these magma-based volcanic rocks. Well, what happens as the powerful ocean waves erode the coast away, the more resistant magma-type rocks remain offshore, and those are the sea stacks. And what's really interesting about that, oh, no, be careful out there, okay? You're right on the edge of the cliff. Oh, no, watch out. All right, whatever you do, if you come up here, do not do what he is doing. It's just too dangerous. All right. Okay, to move on with the show, if you have more time to stay out here at Patrick's Point, let's say a half day at least, well, my next recommendation would be the Rim Trail. And let me show you a little bit on the Rim Trail. Okay, the Rim Trail is 2 miles long. At the north end is the Agate Beach Lookout, and at the south end is Palmer's Point. And the nice thing about this trail, of course, it's called the Rim Trail, so it goes along the rim of the cliffs here at Patrick's Point with great views of the ocean and the coastline. But also on the inland side, there's great views of this forest as you walk along here. Now, I've walked on the Rim Trail many times, and I've generally found there are fewer people also walking on the trail at the north and the south ends. In the middle areas, there's a number of parking lots that access the trail, and it gets a little bit more trafficked than the north and south ends. And then one of the things that I really appreciate about the... Oh, no, don't climb the tree, all right? It's really high up, and it's kind of dangerous. Oh no! All right, I'm gonna go try to talk him out of that tree. Meanwhile, enjoy some of the views from the Rim Trail. Okay, if you do not have time to walk the whole Rim Trail, well, you can at least make quick stops at the two endpoints of the Rim Trail. On the north side is the Agate Beach Lookout, and oh, the views there are absolutely amazing of the ocean, and you could even see Big Lagoon in the distance. And a bonus, if you decide you want to try it, there's a nice little trail that goes down to Agate Beach, and then you could find, let me think, yeah, you guessed it, you can find agates down there. And then on the south end is Palmer's Point, and there's a few trails there. There's even one trail, it's kind of a rugged trail. It goes down to some sort of wild coastline. It's a place I love to go to, but it does take a little bit of time and some effort to climb back out of it. So I'll show you some scenes of both of those areas. Well, that's all for today's show. Just a real quick recap. If you have an hour or less to spend here at Patrick's Point State Park, my call, Wedding Rock, and the two lookout points, Palmer's Point in the south, and then there's Agate Beach Lookout in the north. You could probably do all three of those in an hour or less. If you have more time, Oh, the rim trail would be my call. It's about 2 miles from one end to the other. Now, if you'd like to know a little more natural history about this area, join me in part 2, because I will be going into the Sitka spruce forest and talking a little bit about some fascinating natural history of those forests. And as a bonus, I will be on the quest to search for the elusive Pacific sideband snail, which are really hard to find, but they do thrive in these forests. That will be an exciting adventure. So come and join me in part 2. Sure hope to see you there.
The guy, yeah, he's wearing a red bandana. He's trapped on a ridge about halfway down. He hears fine, but he's jumping up and down, pumping his fist in the air. Coast Guard air out.